me on that podcast about the hoop shit. A lot of niggas was mad at me. I said, no, he's not top 25. When you talking about high school top 25, no, he not in that.
Who not?
They asked me about Aaron Bates. I said, nigga, that nigga averaged 11 points at Bowser and they wasn't winning. How the fuck you don't even mention that nigga name to me? You feel me? Bowser coming to our gym, y'all getting beat by 1,000.
Yeah.
You feel me? Nigga ain't no nigga. Bowser. Ooh, niggas start licking their hands. How was you top 25? I'm talking about for years. Before me, after me, during me, we was scraping shit. It was cheating. You see what I'm saying? I ain't never lost to a public school in my life.
Okay. Well, see, that's how, we'd like to welcome you to the garage.
You recording?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I go by the name of P. Sweetie, a.k.a. Uncle Sweet, a.k.a. Swisha, Puddin'. I ain't make none of these names up. They all been given to me.
Yeah, so that's kind of like one of my questions. Like, why so many names, so many changes? And with the change of name, was it a change of identity or,
I don't necessarily. It was never a change of identity. It was just like, you know how you grow up in the hood and you get this nickname when you young. You know, like Puddin' was my first nickname. Well, Peter actually was my name because I was named after my father. My granny would stand on the back porch and be like, Peter. And the whole hood would laugh at me about it. But Puddin' was my other name. I was named after a parrot, which is my auntie Parrot. You know what I'm saying? So, Puddin' became that, you know, from hooping and all the way up to the entertainment. So then when the entertainment came, my Aunt Sharon, Fagan, which is my mama's sister, Burger's mom. Her name was Sweet Pea. She started saying, you P. Sweetie. And her and my brother started saying P. Sweetie, so we ran with P. Sweetie.
Yeah.
You know, and
well, you know, I know you personally, and I know it wasn't a change of identity. I'm just asking for the people.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
You know, because like when you look you up, it's kind of hard. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You know, and let me say why. You know, I'll be forgetting about you because you don't be here in Toledo no more. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Well, you in and out. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And we had an interview with Jay Bird, and he just happened to say, he was like, where P. Sweetie been? He's like, I happened to see him on TV. Mm-hmm. You know, so kind of explain what you've been up to. You know.
Shit. Honestly, when I took my craft a lot more serious, I moved to Atlanta. And moving to Atlanta, coming from where we come from, I kind of like seeing that I wasn't gonna be able to peak being from what I come from, because you got to think I had one of the biggest records that ever come out this city. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't capitalize off of it because I was learning the business at the same time. As well as moving to Atlanta, I still was learning the business. But everything that I needed in me was already put in me before I left this motherfucker.
Yeah. You
know what I'm saying? So when I get down there, I start realizing life, you know, how different celebrities and shit move. Like me and AI get drunk. You know what I'm saying? Me and I play poker with Irv Gotti's and all this type of shit. You know, I got records with A.T.L, and I'm, you know, through Drummer Boy, through Bees, my little brother, who, you know, I introduced to where he already had been living in Atlanta, but I introduced him back to Atlanta, and he come down and, you know, he get with Drummer, and then when Drummer and me hook up, it was already official. You know what I'm saying? We had our, you know, first trying to understand each other. Yeah. And after that, shit started taking off. You know, I started making records with all type of industry artist.
By living in Atlanta.
By living in Atlanta. Yeah, by living in Atlanta. Because, you know, coming from where we come from, you know, most artists need to understand that you only gonna get so big around this motherfucker. You know, I done watched my brother, who I'm still tight with to this day. He was the number one. He probably is the number one artist. You know what I'm saying? Who ever come out the city like far as just being a single artist. There was nobody bigger than Ray Stone.
Yeah.
But Ray Stone back then was showing me brotherly love. You know what I'm saying? And he used to be like, because I wasn't taking music serious. You know, I'm getting money. I'm a hooper. I'm trying to put a group on. You know, all different type of shit.
And this in which time? Like
this is in 2001.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that I was just getting introduced to the gang. You know what I'm saying? But I always had it in my bloodline.
Like, what was your All Out? What year was that?
All Out was 2000 and I want to say 2002.
Ghetto sells a niggas drugs. When I'm friendless, the ghetto introduce the thugs. When I'm in trouble, the ghetto bust a nigga slugs.
2002.
Okay, and that was the introduction.
That was the introduction to me as an artist. I never knew I was an artist, but I didn't even want to be an artist.
Yeah.
I just was a dope boy who had money, and my little brother, and it brought these niggas to me. And he was like, "We talented, you know, and you know." And woo, check it out. Now I used to be like, brush it off at first. Then I heard these niggas, and I'm like, oh, they're talented. You know what I'm saying? So, you know.
Who was all in the group of All Out?
Me, Vic, Tracy, Nudie, Ralph, Byron, B. King, my brother, A.T.L, and Lonzo.
Oh, y'all was thicker than I
knew.
Yeah,
it was thick. Yeah. But I didn't want to be in the group. I was just wanted to be the motherfucker who be like, go do what y'all need to do. And me keep
you want to be behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that.
Lightning Rod said I couldn't do it.
Couldn't do what? Be behind the scenes?
Lightning Rod, the one who said I gotta be the face. Lightning Rod, the one who said I got to be the person who introduced these niggas. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody know me. So, and I'm like, man, I ain't never wrote a rap verse in my life. But even though music pouring through my vein, I never knew that because I never tapped into that. Because, you know, coming from hooping and shit, I'm like, you know, I'm a hooper. So, I tapped into it after Lightning Rod said what he said. And he like, you got to get on this record.
That was the Born in the Ghetto?
Born in the Ghetto.
Who produced that?
Nudie.
Okay. And
Uncle Frank arranged it, cause, you know, because Nudie quantized and wasn't right. I went and sat with my Uncle Frank. Shouts out to Uncle Frank.
Frank
and I said,
Wright.
Yeah, Frank Wright. Yeah. And get that shit right. You know what I'm saying? So it can make sense. You know, because he was young, he was talented at the time. You know, I'm like, man, make this shit make sense.
Yeah.
And we finally got it right.
Okay. So, all right. So, was y'all signed to like a local like group then, or?
No, it was my label.
Oh, okay.
That was all me. Ain't nobody put $1 up. Ain't nobody put a coin up. Not a nickel. Can't that nigga come back and say they put a nickel up at the time. I hired a lawyer to get the Also Empire popping. You know, I put the group together. I did everything I had to do. You know what I'm saying? Thinking like, I always thought outside the box.
Yeah, see, that's crazy because I never knew that. Somehow I linked that to Dave and Dee Dee.
No.
Yeah, I don't know why I did that.
No. Listen, I Go Get It Records. I came up with the name Go Get It Records. That was after the All Out thing. So me and Dave was supposed to create a situation, which he did. He helped a lot of people out, so I'm not mad about none of that.
Oh, so you was involved in Go Get It.
I created the name. Ain't no Go Get It Records without P.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? So Dave can't deny that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, how we was negotiating things, it was supposed to be, I was supposed to be the first artist off the, deck, and the way it was presented to me to be, and I'm like, I start seeing little bitty different things. You know what I'm saying? I said, everybody just need to go ahead and motherfucking do whatever they need to do to take flight.
So y'all went y'all separate ways.
Ain't no Al Shees that Go Get It without me.
Yeah.
It's real shit. Al Shees had already had a buzz going from dealing with different records and shit. That's Al Shees, my cousin, basically.
Yeah.
So I'm like, Shees, let's go and turn up. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, all right, cuz.
Yeah, I'm listening. Go ahead.
He like, all right, cuz. You know what I'm saying? That's all.
So he came over because you wanted it.
It wasn't no Go Get It Records.
Yeah.
I created the label. So what happened? I'm broke at the time. You know what I'm saying? I done put all the hustling and shit to the side, and they created. I came up with the name, and they said, "All right, we Go Get It Records." I said, "Okay, let's get it." Think about it. You know me, coming from where I come from. Who else would come up with that type of name?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So. No hard feelings towards nobody like that.
Yeah, because we did a show in Kentucky. You know, and then so that's when I kind of think in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I never knew the business side of y'all situation.
Well, the business side is really I didn't know no business. You feel me? And as anybody, I ain't gonna say anybody. A lot of people exploit and take advantage of certain situations. I don't feel no hard feeling towards nobody because it all look at me and look at where I'm going. So everything is growth and development.
Yeah, that was a learning curve.
It was a learning curve. It basically, like you said, it's a learning curve, like a motherfucker. But at the time, I come back, so I fly back in. Didi was big on like, bro, little bro back home. You know what I'm saying? Let's push him to the front liner. By the time Secosa is signed to Go Get It.
Oh, yeah.
So I created Go Get It before I went to school to Florida. Al Shees is signed, getting back to that. So we, at the time, that's when Black TV come in. Yeah. So Black was supposed to, Black tell him like, no, if you're giving him this, you know what I'm saying, then he need to have this, because he gonna produce, he gonna bring this, he gonna bring that, he gonna bring this, and it is what it is.
What, so Black negotiated for you?
Yeah, we all sat down at the table. They ain't want to give me what I deserve.
Yeah.
They ain't want to give me, Black, like if Al got 5,000, what the fuck do P deserve?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? P coming off a big, showing y'all what his worth is. I'm coming off the all out thing, you know what I'm saying? And at first I still wasn't taking music serious, but I was, because when you create content with people, you start dealing with shit differently. And then once I come back, I link with Stormy Day. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And I still wasn't quite where I'm at now on the far as the mic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that was the...
Yeah, that was the, going through the growth, the growth and development of, where I'm at now.
Yeah, because look, like I said off camera, like I used to call you the overdub king because, but look, like when it was a bad thing, you sounded the crispiest coming out of my studio. And they were like, oh, how you sound? Like, he dub good.
When you call me the overdub king, I learned that from two people. I learned that from because they knew my voice at a young age, and they finally figured me out. That was first and foremost. It was CJ Mack, my brother.
Yeah.
And he helped me develop to be the artist I am today. And then Uncle Frank. You know what I'm saying? When Uncle Frank really tuned in to me, because Uncle Frank responsible for every hit that come out this motherfucker. For real.
Yeah, so his segment is called The Godfather of Toledo.
Oh shit, definitely, hands down, he the Godfather. You can't. If you say anything different, you really hating. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially on the hip hop side. You know, I can't really speak so much for the R&B side, but he was the first one doing R&B and had a band too. So yeah, he the Godfather all across the board.
We had him on there singing at the Peacock and dancing. You know.
Yeah, he a legend.
Yeah, Frank, he been in it. Yeah. But back to the all out situation. So like kind of getting to the end of that. So when did you get what you deserved out that situation?
I definitely got what I deserve out the situation. It helped me become the man I am today. Like, and that's what people fail to realize. Like, you know, you're supposed to take the good out of every situation. When you're going through it, of course, you be like, oh, this is fucked up or whatever. But that all determined on how big your character is and how far you really willing to drive to become what you come from. Because it's like having a baby. The woman get pregnant.
Yeah.
You know, first the daddy fucked the mama. The sperm cell beat the other million to the motherfucker thing, and now it's a baby on the way. So it ain't no different than coming into the hip hop world. You know what I'm saying? And all these things as a kid. Think about being a kid.
Well, I'm saying, like, did you get what you deserve money-wise out of that situation?
Money-wise, I can never say that because I'm already rich at heart. Yeah. I never looked at it like that.
Well, no, when you told me you was involved in it, I think about...
No, I wasn't involved in it. It was all mine. Every dime came from me, from niggas putting on clothes.
Go get it, I'm talking about.
Oh, go get it? No, hell no.
Yeah. No, because Burger was on the show.
Al Shees didn't get what he deserved. He got robbed.
Wait, see, that's what I was about to ask you.
You know, and for a long time, I felt like, damn, this some shiesty shit. You see what I'm saying? Like, but then you have to understand everybody else think different than you do.
Yeah.
You feel me? Some people in this shit for a home run. Some people in it for the passion and the love of it. We was in it for the passion and the love. But then, you know, some people might be in it to knock the ball out the park. You can't be mad at them because of the way they felt at the time.
Yeah.
You know, the business side of shit, it just goes a whole totally different way than people expect.
Yeah.
You know, like if you let people say, I'm not one of the top artists to come out of here, but my body of work will destroy any motherfucker that you put up against me right now. In fact, that's fact. This ain't nothing I'm making up. You know what I'm saying? I got records with legends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm talking about stood and held my own, and it's my shit. I own all rights and reserve to everything that I own.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it taught me a lesson. It taught me how to not be mad at people, but don't trust people neither. When it come to business, know your own business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So, man, that's rough. That's rough. Yeah. I'm gonna get off of that now because I don't want to just start tearing them down.
I ain't gonna tear them down. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I told you to tell you the truth.
Yeah. But you know how Toledo is and shit. But yeah, we gonna speak the truth. You know, like Burger said he got him one of the best deals out of Toledo. Al Shears.
At the time, he probably did.
Okay.
You know, Burger my first cousin. So at the time, first blood cousin. At the time, he probably did. But the demand of me was so high because he didn't understand it. He didn't understand that I created Go Get It. Ain't no Go Get It without me.
He didn't know that.
He didn't know that. So, you know, at the time, me and Black running real tight. Black like, man, if she's got this, what the fuck P gonna get? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to keep P as the main feature or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And so we sat down, me, Dave, and Black. And Black like, well, shit, P need 15,000, 20,000 right now. You know what I'm saying? Just for example, I'm not telling the whole ballpark figure, but he like shit. If this going on, he helped create this whole foundation. And he's willing to do this, and this. Then put that man, get that man straight. Yeah. They ain't agreed to it.
By this time, Sakosa was on there?
No, Sakosa came along when I left. Went to Florida, go back play basketball, because I'm like, fuck this shit. I'm just figuring shit out. I'm doing whatever I want to do anyways. Yeah. And trying to figure some things out in my life. You know what I'm saying? So Sakosa came along, and when I'm gone. And when I come back, Dee actually was like, man, I'm glad putting home, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. She really, shouts out to Dee. She really embraced me. And she was like, shit, he the look.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He in shape. Everybody else caught up on how a motherfucker sound, and they like, man, this nigga is a musician. He know how to do this, he do that. So at the time, I was like, all right, well, we'll see what's going on. But at the time, Sakosa the hottest thing on the label for them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So that I can picture all this time. And, because I think about that Kentucky show. And when you got there, they didn't have the bottles that they were supposed to have. And, you know what I'm saying? That's what I think about all this.
Even if you think about the Kentucky trip, me and B12 go on. I know him by B12. Y'all call him many things too. Big Tim, B12. That's been a brother to me for all my life. We always seen shit with a bigger view. Yeah. And when we had that Kentucky trip, I paid for that whole motherfucking giddy up. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, here, we got vans, we got this, you know what I'm saying? Think about it. Like,
it was a great show. We had a great time.
Yeah, and then y'all had y'all bread to do whatever the fuck y'all wanted to do, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just what it was back then, because we believed. We didn't know the business side of shit the way we should, and the way we know it now. You know what I'm saying?
So like that gave you a life lesson. So at that time, right after that, did you move to Atlanta?
No, I had dropped the album So Official. I came home, dropped the solo album So Official, and I had one of the biggest records, like the biggest records the city probably wouldn't recognize as far as the youth, but elderly. I had a song called featuring Tanya Isaac.
Elderly.
Produced by Leland. Where Love Go From Here. And I also had Get That Dough on there, produced by, Brian and them, Exclusive Productions. I had some hit records on there, and I left again. Went back to Florida.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? To ball?
Yeah, the hoop. Went back to Florida to hoop and ball at the same time.
So that's your first love, huh? No matter what.
I would say, if I had to say my first love now at the age I'm at, I wouldn't be able to say it's my first love.
Well, no.
Music always be my first love. Okay. Well, that and basketball like this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because we just glanced over that, and we really can't because, you a Libby legend.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And speak on some of them accolades.
From where? Libby?
Libby.
I really prefer not to speak on that because a lot of people ain't gonna get credit where it go. Not just myself, but you had to have a team to win a championship. I just happened to be the goon of the team. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. And we brought Libby their first city championship in 44 years. Mm-hmm. We made people want to go back to Libby. We was number 1 in the state, top 20 in the country. I'm the player of the year, But I always been a team player, you know what I'm saying? And I think that, like I said, that shit is so difficult to explain.
Yeah. So so it was a team. That's what you're saying. So when you speak on it, you always gotta bring in a team.
You got to have a team. And anything you do in life, you got to have a team. Or you're gonna be fucked up. Yeah. Whether you're doing music, whether you doing karate, whether you boxing. Think about it. A boxer go to the gym, he got to have a motherfucking personal trainer, and he got to have a motherfucker who do the sparring with him. He got to have people who spar with him. You know what I'm saying? You got to have people who gonna teach you your left hand, your right hand, and everybody got a position to play.
Yeah.
And that's how you build championships. You can't build no championship with just your own identity of thinking you the baddest motherfucker in the world. It don't work like that in life. I've been to 49 states, and there ain't nobody a fucking billionaire or a millionaire or successful without a team.
Yeah. Okay, so you said something. Do you think you get your props from the city?
Do I think I get my props from the city? No. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like a 50-50. You gotta understand that when you coming out, I came out hard so young. I was the motherfucker, you know, on both sides, music and basketball. So then you leave and you go away for a while. Now you get a whole new era of people who really don't know, you know, they don't know your resume.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like yay and nay. If you ask me that question about music, I'll be able to break it down. If you ask me that question about basketball, I'll be able to break it down. You know what I'm saying?
All right, how about love out the city?
Love out the city, I can't complain. I was raised by nothing but beautiful OGs. They still in my life to this day. Rest in peace, Ronnie. That was the nigga who, him and Carlton, them was like my real fathers. You know what I'm saying? So I can't never denounce and say, no, I ain't had a love. I got jazzes, I got punchies. I got niggas who really been in my life and didn't give a fuck what I had. So no, I can't say I lack love. You know what I mean? You got certain people, just keeping in the book, you got certain people, you know, even OG niggas. You got certain people who look at how much money you flashing and what you got. You see what I'm saying? I ain't never been, I mean, they'll say young because they knew I had it or whatever, but I never been no nigga who broadcast everything I got going on.
Yeah, so that the love
the love is there.
No, I'm saying, but some of the stuff is determined by how flashy you can get and present.
Man, the love from Toledo, Ohio is always, if it ain't genuine, the way we was raised, it was always authentic. You feel me? It wasn't no how much money you had and none of that. We caught the last era of that shit.
Yeah.
So now you coming into a new era, but then you got some OG niggas who really claim they OGs, but really wasn't no fucking OG. I'm just keeping it real. You can't pull my card. I'm born and raised at 1240 Buck Street, where a lot of shit originated. So, you know, you get motherfuckers who've been caught up into that, so they feel this to the kids like it's about that. Or, you know, most of our generation get caught up in thinking that if you ain't got a pretty car and you ain't got the clothes on and you ain't got no bankroll in your pocket and you ain't got the hoes and then you ain't hot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you go to these other states and other cities, they put their money behind the motherfucker that's hot. Or they put their money behind a motherfucker who got drive and believe. You know what I'm saying? Think about what Thugger told Baby. Man, get out the streets. I'm going to give you $10,000.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody in Toledo ever told me no shit like that. Or none other artists.
Yeah.
Including yourself. Name one motherfucker knowing the vision that you always had that been like, oh, okay, I got $10,000 for you. Just get out the streets.
Yeah, or put it towards.
Or put it, no.
Yeah.
$10,000 for you get out the streets. That is putting it towards what you supposed to be doing. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The music side, like, do I think I'm underrated? Fuck yeah. You know what I'm saying? On the music side, think about it. I done had the bitches dancing. I done had the street niggas listening. You feel me? Matter of fact, I was one of the first motherfuckers in a long time. Me, Ray Stone, right?
Yeah.
I'm talking about the all out. I ain't gonna just say me. Because when I say me based upon that I brought that group to the table.
Yeah.
You put All Out and Ray Stone on a flyer, we'd outsell any motherfucker who was in the industry.
Oh, yeah.
You throw a CJ Mack on that flyer that we lived in that time. You throw a Sir Versatile on that time. You throw a B12 on that time. We gonna do good numbers.
Yeah.
We didn't need no motherfucker to come in and be this is motherfucking Killer Roy from Detroit or John Kababab from Mississippi. We ain't need none of that shit. And we had the game in our hand. You see what I'm saying? And we just did not have the business sense. We had nobody with the direction of the business sense to be able to lead the campaign. You know what I'm saying? To be able to blow the artist that was supposed to blow.
Yeah. So who you think should have blew out of here?
That's kind of a hard question, especially after me coming from Atlanta. Yeah. I think recently, I'm gonna go from recently to back then. Yeah. Recently, rest in peace to my little cousin Dee. Dee was on his way, hands down. Dee Porter, he had the charisma. He spoke people language on the record. He had the look. He had the package. Dee. You got a couple motherfuckers who do different type of music that's supposed to blow. I can't remember their name right off back, but shouts out to them too. Then you know going back another era, you got a fucking Ray Stone was supposed to be the first single artist who blew. You know, then you got to think about the group size. You got Laid Backs, you got All Outs, you got Dirty 30s, you got B12s, you got, you know what I'm saying, you got motherfuckers who was really, you was talented in the motherfucker, like underrated in the mototherfucker. I'm keeping it real. Mm-hmm. Like you'll get on a motherfucking mic and make a nigga be like, hold on, I gotta come with this shit. You know what I'm saying? And we always, you got the joint mobs. You feel me? You got it's a lot of people who supposed to blue. We just never had that direction. Like we never had no Motown director, no big city director platform. Right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
You know, what's crazy? I hear the same things. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They said we just never had the platform, and then we had DJ Lightning Rod.
Oh, he the king.
Yeah, he the next interview actually.
Lightning Rod the king, man.
Yeah,
hands down. Ain't nobody record wasn't hot. If Rod ain't touch your shit, it wasn't hot.
Yeah.
Period. I don't give a fuck what nobody say, no DJ say, no none of that. Lightning Rod was in the streets. And people have to understand the difference between working in the club saying you're a hot DJ and actually owning after hours and in the club and traveling and wanting to do the shows with the artists and pulling the artists in. Rod the Godfather on the DJ side.
Yeah.
And ain't nobody take the blueprint and run with it. Because if they did, we'd have a lot of artists who done pop.
So from you being out of the city, you can see all the problems.
Yeah, definitely. I can see all the problems.
What's the biggest problem here in Toledo?
The biggest problems is the hate. That's the number one problem, the hate. Competition. Everybody in competition with, oh, I sound better than him. Or, oh, man, my hood this. You know, everything done became so different. Like now it's broken down into segments of where you're from. Now you got these people listening to you, and you know, if I'm from over here, then my people gonna rock with my shit because ain't been no Godfather to really put that shit. Ain't no more Lightning Rods.
Yeah.
Lightning Rod didn't give a fuck if you was blood, crip, folk, whatever. If your shit hot and he fucking with it, he breaking that record on the north side. So then eventually Northside niggas, whether they blooding up or whatever, they gonna be like, damn, that shit is hot though. Yeah. If you're a Crip, damn, that shit is hot though. Going to the west side. Then you come to the south side. Damn, that shit is hot though. I don't give a fuck where they from. Ain't nobody like that no more.
So we then basically got a bigger platform with the social media, but then got more segregated.
You got a way bigger platform with way bigger assholes behind the scenes, the business end of music, with no leadership. Back to what I'm saying. You don't think about how we grew up. We grew up where if we did a show, you'll come off the stage and be like, good shit.
Yeah.
And then we'd go on the stage and it was a friendly competition. Like, nigga, let's turn this bitch up. Think about the shows we did together. It's like, oh, I'm gonna light this bitch for you, bro. And I'll be like, I'm gonna light this bitch for you, bro. You see what I'm saying? It ain't no more, none of that, because we grew up on the last leg of structure.
Yeah.
Now you got motherfuckers, they OGs, quote unquote, you feel me? Saying, oh man, he from this side. Oh, he from this side. Or oh, he from this side. Or oh, he from this side. Instead of saying, niggas with money back then put everybody together.
Yeah.
I'm just keeping it real. Niggas with money nowadays who want to be the OGs, these niggas ain't putting niggas together because ain't nobody respecting their opinion no more. You don't have a foundation. You don't have no resume of saying you really trill to what you saying you is. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Uncle Frank was the last leg. Lightning Rod was the last leg. Or everybody else, no disrespect, but they gonna be motherfucking. They gonna have opinions.
Yeah.
They gonna show favoritism.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. It's a lot of niggas who should have blew out this city.
Well, no, I see it. It's like every time you come in contact with somebody, it's, oh, I can do better.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, he's sweet, but I can do better.
Right. He's sweet, but I can do better.
Yeah.
Guess what? Whatever happened to just getting on the record doing you?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah. We grew up like, all right, fuck it. Yeah, that was hot. I gotta come hot.
Yeah.
We never thought like, I gotta do better than him.
Yeah.
It just let me, I gotta be the hottest version of me.
Yeah.
To make this shit sound sweet as fuck. You know what I'm saying? And that's the art that's missing to the game now. You know, as far as, you know, where we come from, at the end of the day, man, it's a lot of things that we about to put back together. I've been working on shit for so long. You can ask my brother. Shouts out to my little brother, John Bees, who done took the game by storm on. You know, that's my baby brother. When he came down, he had already lived in Atlanta. When he come back, you stand here, and he took off on his, you know, he took off on his journey.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? False, underrated. This motherfucker do everything from filming to producing. Niggas who got big names with people with big records. You know what I'm saying? But we don't get to just do it because motherfuckers don't stand behind them. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, I want to just have this one big record. Man, that one big record don't mean a motherfucking thing, bro. I'm here to tell you, I got one of the biggest records the city ever seen.
Did you still in contact with Stormy?
Stormy? I ain't talked to Stormy in a while, you know. Yeah. I ain't talked to Stormy. Don't nobody know you in Utah. You know what I'm saying? So that mindset is what fuck everybody up for real.
All right, if you could change one thing about Toledo, what would it be?
If I could change one thing about the city, it would be to bring it back to the unity and the love where we come from. The grandmama could kick your ass, the uncle could kick your ass because you're doing fucked up shit, and put the pistols down, and all right, I had a fight with my cousin over here, we gonna get it on, we gonna duke it up a little bit, but we right back playing the next day. Now you got these kids walking around from the lack of guidance, shooting their own fucking cousins. And then find out a week later, oh damn, that's my blood cousin. Yeah, nigga, you just killed your goddamn cousin. You know what I'm saying? So that would be probably the biggest thing I would change, the unity.
Yeah.
Bring it back. You know what I'm saying? You know, we never needed nobody to feel us. We automatically felt us. And that's what make the Detroits come knocking. That's what make the Clevelands come knocking. That's what make these other cities like Atlanta, how they stick together, but they just invite everybody in and give them a shot. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference.